Hi people, I'm back. As you can see, I've had my surgery, and it's been kind of hard because I couldn't do a video with this thing going on. I had to go around with a whole week with my head tilted down, my face looking down, because what they operated on my eye is I had a hole in my retina, and they put it back together, which caused my thing to bubble inside, and my vision was really screwed up. And this bubble, they put a gas bubble in my eye. So when you hold your head down, the bubble raises up and pushes everything into shape so it heals properly. So it has to be that. If not, you'll get a wrinkle and all that in your retina, and I didn't need that. So anyway, so far, the surgery's turned out really good. Today's the day I was allowed to take this patch off. It's an eye protector is what it is right now. And I'm allowed to take this patch off, but when I take it off, I can show you my eye looks like normal. You can't see nothing, but what I see in my eye is all flittery because I have this gas bubble in my eye. Really messes with my vision. So this eye patched up is better than that. Not near as good as having my other eye, have my eye before surgery. I mean, I could see and make things, it just wasn't right. But my vision was used to it. So now I have to deal with this patch until this gas bubble goes away. 4 to 6 weeks maybe. That's what he said. But I have a very good doctor, and as soon as I can remember his name, Pateus, or I can't remember his name, but he's a very good eye doctor. And what I can see is my vision. When I take this patch off, my vision has gotten wider instead of tunneled in. It was like kind of tunneled and messed up. You couldn't see. But I did get a real treat tonight. I went to my son's house, and he has his Christmas tree up, and he's showing Sharon all the things that the Christmas tree does. And I'm sitting there and watching. That's good, And then I raised my patch up, and with his eye, like it is with his gas bulb in it, I had a light show you would not believe. No one else in the world will ever see it. It was terrific. All the light bulbs become snowflakes, and then at the one time they were all shooting upward, not as snowflakes, but as little pillars. And it was all because of this gas bulb in my eye. Nobody's ever going to get that. I had an experience nobody else will ever get. I loved it. But anyway, hasn't been much going on with the foots. They're in my head. I know they're around. There hasn't been anything really going on. Come to the conclusion that me and Rummy Girl were talking. I don't know if I went over this before or not, but me and Rummy Girl were talking. And we've came to the conclusion, because there's certain times of the year they fall off. They just stay gone. They're around, but they're not around. They're not active. And what this amounts to is that when harvest season comes around, your fields are clear of corn and stuff like that in our area. That means the deer ain't running through the cornfields. A lot of things are going on at that time when that's the harvest is done. And then not long after that, after the harvest, they start kind of clearing out. And the later the harvest, the later they clear out, but usually at the same time. And then it stays kind of low in the wintertime. You don't hear a lot from them, but not in our area anyway. So I don't get a lot from them. And like I said, I go in my shop. I went through it tonight. I go in the shop and they're loud, and I have to talk to them. And it goes away. You know the routine. So they're still with me. They ain't going nowhere. Just there's not a lot going on right now. I haven't been able to go out to my house. I ain't been able to really drive. I don't want to drive with this eye like this. I do drive, but not very far. Anyhow, the doctor said I can drive. So before I go any farther with that, I mean, I got my license to work. It's legal. I'm legal to drive. My new one coming in the mail. I did pass that eye test before this surgery. But the doctor said I can drive. Well, I have to do it with this patch because I can't get around without it. But anyway, this is just a video to tell you all Merry Christmas. Thank you all for sticking around like you have. Sharon says Merry Christmas to all of you. Sharon's still working on putting together a long video for you. She's studying up on some things. She wants to be totally factual with you when she talks to you. One thing that I haven't even really been watching a lot on the YouTube, whatever. So I hadn't caught Steve for a while, and I did catch a Buckeye Bigfoot somewhere. It was kind of interesting. One show that I caught on video was, it wasn't Buckeye Bigfoot. It was just it was a Bigfoot show. I don't know the name of it. But it come on, and it was two guys and a girl going down to meet some guy that knew where the Bigfoots were at, and he was going to take them around to show them in their area. This is somewhere down around Lexington, Kentucky, which I kind of know a little bit about. And they were all excited to go do all this and stuff, and this guy he kind of knew a bit about them. And the ones that were going on this trip to do this, they were all excited and anxious and stuff, but I really don't think they knew what they would be getting into. I don't think they would have acted quite right if they ran into a foot. I could be wrong, but that's just my thoughts on it. And people out here want to go out and go Bigfoot hunting. Well, what you got to understand is the foots go around people they want to go around. I'm lucky to come around me. There's a lot of other people that have. I watch these things that these farmers have the Bigfoot come around and they do everything to get rid of them. And they don't know how lucky they are because the foots are curious about them, and if they would accept them, they'd have friends that they wouldn't believe. But people get scared of these big guys. So, I mean, I've seen there's the woman, I think, Louisiana down there. She has them on her property, and she just deals with them. There's a lot of people like that. I watched one show where out in Arizona, I think it was somewhere out west, and you think it's all desert. And the foots would come around his house, and they would unscrew his light bulbs and turn them around, do all kind of stupid stuff, beat on the house. And this guy did everything to get rid of him, but they were just curious, just trying to get him out of the house, just get to know him and let him know he was there and stuff like that. I mean, I know what they're up to. I know what kind of games they play. So people pass up some good opportunities to be friends with them. And then people want to go out and look for them and find them. And them, the ones the foots really don't care about. They don't really care if they find them or not. They pick their friends. They pick who they want for their friends. You hear a lot of times where the foots have run people out of properties, run them off the mountain, run them everywhere. Now, here's the part I'm getting at. People go through the woods and, oh, there's somebody tracking me. I can hear them in the woods. I walk, they walk. I walk, I stop. They do the same thing I do. I know they're there. And they get all scared about it. And sometimes they throw rocks and do other stuff. You know what you are to them? You're their entertainment. That's all. You're entertaining the foots by getting emotional, doing whatever. And they're just sitting back going, look what I did to that one. And they have no intentions of hurting you. Let me tell you something. There's people out there, they go camping. They're in their tents, and they're hearing stuff walking around their tent, and they're hearing movements going on and stuff. I'm going to tell you what. If there was intentions of harming you, you'd be stomped to death in your tent. If they wanted you, they'd just go thump, 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 and that's the end of you. I mean, use some common sense, people. If you want to go out there and look for foots, you better accept it. When say, okay, you're here, and talk to them. If they come around you, you just talk to them. Nice. Be nice to them out there. You'd be scared and hiding and stuff. They're just going to laugh at you and play with you. You're their entertainment. Not going to harm you. They're just getting a good laugh off of you. I had the one that stayed at my house called Fuzzy. He was a real jokester. He tried to play jokes on us, and it's just, you'd have to know him. But it was funny. But Anyway, everybody out there is all scared of them. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some out there that will harm you. They're not the ones that's not right. They're just like human beings. You got good ones and bad ones. Nothing I can do about that. I told you where I think the bad ones are coming from. They're coming from alien influences. I've also heard facts where somebody, I think might have been on Steve's show, where a guy watched the Men in Black with the Bigfoots. He off from a distance, but he's seen the Men in Black, and he said that's what they were, men in black. And they were around the foots, somewhere out in a cleared area. I don't know where it was. I can't remember exactly. I remember the event. I heard it, but I don't remember the details. Check on Steve's videos, how to hunt. Check on his videos and see if you can look that one up. I think it was on there. Somebody wrote in. But that tells me the government is possibly involved with some of these foots, some of the ones that they're influencing. The government doesn't want us to know about them. Like I said, they've been here long, long before us. I told you they were a protection for the aliens from the dinosaurs back when. And after I come out with that video, a guy come up there talking about they found fossils of a foot 130 million years old. Well, that's before us. And that's back when the time the aliens were here mining gold around the dinosaurs. And the Foots told me, she put it right in my head. They were here to protect the aliens while they mined. That's why the Foots were here. They've been here ever since. The aliens left them. They stayed. You have the Foots out there that are curious about us, want to be with us somewhat, and intermingle somewhat. The one guy on there that I've been asking about, the Owl Man, I haven't gotten a response from him. I'm asking you guys to help me find him. I couldn't come up with too much on him. I couldn't come up with no way of getting a hold of him. But anyway, I would like to talk to him. But he said he had talked to one of the Foots, apparently one of the elders. Like I've talked to elders, but I don't know which ones it was. Grandfather, something, they named that Foot. And the Foot told him, just leave us alone. Just what I've been saying, leave them alone. If they want to be around us, they will. It's just exactly what I've been saying is what he was told. And that's how it comes to be. That's what I know to say because that's what goes on in my head from them. And they're still my best friends. I haven't got spanked from them yet, not really. So I must not be doing nothing wrong. But I haven't been able to do videos. I've had to hold my head down and ain't been able to look at things right. And the best way I can do anything right now is with this stupid patch on my eye because I can't look out of this eye right now because everything's stupid. It's a glass bubble. It floats around my eye, and if I turn my head, it swabbles around and in your eye, and that messes you up. Although I had a good light show tonight, it was good. But anyway, the whole purpose of this video is to tell all of you Merry Christmas, and hope you all have a good one. I hope to get back on doing more videos here. I got to get some more information. I got to do a little more research on YouTube and what people are doing, tell you what's going on, because right now there's nothing happening with the Foots with me. I mean, they let me know they're here. They're not doing much. I can't say that'll change. I've got things coming up with the dog band with Jack Quinn. We're going to be working on that somewhat, hopefully in the near future. But I don't know how that'll go, but we'll see. Well, anyway, Merry Christmas to all of you and to all a good night.